sir.
There ain't no damn debate. We gonna black power right on up out of here after this over. The hell, we ain't like we gonna debate. Ain't no damn debate. We black power. Our babies is in a state of distress. And we got to do what we got to do. We can't be having these debates. The reason why Colin left us sooner than we thought. You know? And wasn't no soldiers right there at that time prepared to take his place. But now we got to step up, brothers. I can't be the only one. Y'all got to get up here and fight with me. But I'll see you here today. And I love you for it. The Wizard of Lumeria. Huh? Look at this, man. It's cartoons, man. Damn, man. Why y'all can't see this? I did this research. Here you go. Look at this. Y'all know what the submariner name is? Namor. Do you see it? Namor. They ain't Moors because they the historical Moor. They from Lumeria. They Moors from Lumeria, from up under the water. Wow. Now I'm gonna end. How long I got, brother?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3.5.
They say Noble Drew Ali, at 16, ran away from home, joined the circus. He was a magician. Now you see me, now you don't. I mean, that's what it is. The success of a magician is to make you see what is not there. Or to not see what is there. So this is his history. I know you ain't gonna like it. But that's what it is. Don't make me make it what it ain't. If he's a magician, and I did the research, this is what they do at the damn circus. Now, if you want to create the history of it, make it more grander. Don't allow that to creep in. You know people gonna call you on it. I did the research. This is what they do. Crystal balls, occult, Kabbalah, Sufism. Now, in the 101s, or was it whichever one, Circle 7 Quran, says the ancient name of the Moroccans was the Moabites. Is that right?
Right.
Now, Moab come from who? He was the son of Lot and his own daughter. After they flee up out of Sodom and Gomorrah, went up in the cave, they got him drunk, they both laid with him, and the oldest daughter gave birth to Moab. Now, how could they be over there and over here at the same time? Because Abraham is at 1675 AD. That's his great nephew. So he can't be no older than that. We know it's all a mythology. But right here, Dr. Ben's book said that Abraham is at 1675 BCE. So how can they be ancient if that's their origin? So how could they be over there and over here at the same time?
Wow.
Call them on it. Don't let him go in no other book but the 101s and the Circle 7 Quran. And if he stay there, I guarantee you, there will be no change in this information. Because it's documented. Here's Mo. Right there. There it is. That ain't here. That is not here. And it says that Pharaoh gave them permission to come into Africa. Which means at a point in time, they were not in Africa. Because he gave them permission. So how could they be over here when they wasn't even in Africa? And it says that the ancient name for the Moroccans was Moabites, which means that Moor can't be ancient unless we're not talking about the historical Moor. We're talking about the one up under the water. We're talking about that Moor. That's the one they talking to. We laughing, but that's the one that's the escape hatch. See, when you call them on that, they're going to go right through that escape hatch. It's just like a magician. When they get ready to throw the smoke bomb and he takes his cake and he spins up out of the arena, that's what they gonna do. And they got all this Sufism, Masonic, Kabbalah, Islam, Christianity. How you gonna be an Egyptian of death when there was no Jesus at the time of ancient Egypt? There's no Allah at the time of ancient Egypt. They didn't call on not one African pharaoh, not one black god or goddess, no, not one ancient city in the Nile Valley. Nothing that is related to the black man of the Nile. How can you do it and be an Egyptian of death? Because He was an adept under Serapis Bey. A pecorino deity on top of it. That's the deity that the Greeks came in to supplant Osiris. Osiris. They worship white people. I'm convinced of it. You can't tell me nothing. To undo that thinking because the research is too deep. It's too convincing.
That's right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Peace. I'll be black.
Now let's hear from my man Seti. Seti.
Fasten your seatbelts. And put your helmets on.
Okay. Everybody ready? All right. Like I said, it's a hard act to follow. But if there was anybody's hands that I would put this in, it would be Brother Dr. Alim Bey. My brother Alim, when I first started learning about the Moors and their beliefs and what they were doing as far as citizenship and nationality, I saw a brother, he drove up from North Carolina, and I have the picture in my phone if anybody wants to see it. He had his own Moorish license plate on his car. And he had the documentation just in case he gets pulled over to show the police that, well, I only need a driver's license if I'm doing commercial business. Is that correct, Brother Alim? Okay. So not only is he talking it, because I know a lot of brothers that talk it, but they got driver's license and social security cards in their pockets. This brother here is he's living what he's talking about. He's a very knowledgeable in the Kabbalah, very knowledgeable in the Quran, very knowledgeable in the Bible. So you're going to be in good hands with this brother here. Alim, you go right ahead and take it away. I think you need to turn that mic on, though.
Peace. It's on. All right. Suit. All right. For those that don't know what that means, that's black power in interkemetic tongue.
That's right.
So we're going to take it back to Egypt. We're going to take it back to the source. All right? All right. Now, when you look at this, you can't hear me? Can somebody turn it up?
You have to change the mic.
Change the mic?
You have to. That mic is louder what he was using. That mic is louder.
That one better? Yeah, but it won't reach.
Somebody got to turn the mic. Turn that one off.
I'll turn it up. Turn that one off.
All right. Straight? All right, the reason why I put this up here is because it has esoterical principles behind it. Even though the Bible, as we know, is a plagiarism from the Heru, which is the book of coming forth by day and night. Now, this is a summary, obviously, the Bible or the biblical text, or what is called the biblical tech, or what is also known as the Heliobiblios, is nothing more than the sun book, or the sun text, or the sun papers, or the sun book. So the reason why I put this up here is because if you look at this, 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, the 19th through the 20th verse, and it says, or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, and whom have from God, and you are not your own, for you were bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. And then it says, 2 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, the 5th verse, do you not know yourself that Jesus Christ is within you? The only way in which that Jesus Christ could have existed, you know what I'm saying, as we know that he didn't, and if he did, and for him to be in you, you must be a homo. Okay? So we know that this had to have an esoterical principle to it. All right? So what this simply is saying is that there's underlying meanings when you read particular books or scriptures or different texts. There's not one way to look at it. There's not just a literal sense of looking at a text. All right? This is what happens. There are historians in which that want to get us caught up to looking at